I was educated here. I performed theater with Impossible Players and Still City Theater Company, and I sang with the chamber choir at the university. I played lacrosse with the CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves and served as the mascot when football first returned to Pueblo in 2008. I have over 20 years of experience working directly with the public, and I look forward to continuing that work experience as City Council member. Your ballots are either in your mailbox or on its way today. Please fill it out. And please vote for Jason Munoz, because we are Pueblo proud and we are Pueblo strong. Thank you.
Joe. Thank you. Thank you to the chieftain. And thank you to Pueblo Community College again, and to the audience for taking the time to come and hear what it is that we have to say with regard to the issues that concern you and us as a community. I'm honored to have the opportunity to do this. Would I be honored to have your vote? Absolutely. What can I do? Well, we need to understand that it's a 7-member council, and this is important here because there happens to be 4 positions available. The magic number is 4, folks. I can promise you a world, but if I'm only going to 3, it isn't going to. You're not going to have the world. Okay? We know that we have problems. By the way, in terms of the homeless, they have a program in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where they're taking the people off the street and they're putting to work to do the kinds of things that we're talking about: pick up trash, clean up the streets, clean up the areas in the community, and then they take them to payroll and they pay them. Okay? Then they give them an opportunity then to earn a living and to at least feel decent about things. That's a good way of doing it. So we need to be creative. We need to understand what's going on in other places in this country that they're having success. There's a place in Ohio that they're talking about, and they have a program that has to do with recycling and trash. Same thing as I just proposed that they're doing in Albuquerque, except in a different manner. So there's all kinds of things that can happen out there, but in order for any of us to do anything, you have to have 4 votes. Okay? Again, I can promise you the world that it's not going to happen. I'm part of the Pillars of Unity. In the last 2 years, we've had 2 summits. With this past year with the community college, with both school districts, and we brought in nationally known speakers to deal with crime and what's going on in our community. Frank Kansas from Columbine High School, and Shannon Watt, who was with Moms Demand Action, national group of women who basically are not against the Second Amendment rights, but want gun sense. So we got some things going on here, and I'm involved in those things. Please consider me as a candidate, and that I might have your vote. Thank you.
Well, thank you again for giving me the opportunity to speak to you and get my points across. Like I said, public safety is number 1. Jobs are number 2. We cannot evolve and move forward as a city if our city isn't safe. Now, I know that there are other problems in our city, huge problems, but it takes time, it takes energy, it takes organization and new leaders and new ideas to make those changes. These changes aren't going to come just from me. These changes are going to come from the community. It's also very important that we repair the relationship with the community and city council. Let's gain their trust back. Let's be transparent. Let's let the community know what our plans are to move forward in the city. We need the city to unite and to move forward. And like I said, it doesn't take me, it takes leaders after me to implement and keep pushing forward to protect our city and to grow. I would love to sit with anybody who has solutions and to progress within the community. So please just vote Aisha Giron. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you again for this opportunity. To the voters, you have my commitment to always be a champion for Pueblo. My priorities will always include being a deliberate student in making decisions for the citizens of this great city. Making sure that the powers to the north of us don't forget about us and that we remind them constantly that we're part of Colorado. Showcasing our community that we have so many more amenities than other bedroom communities up north. Our cost of living, less traffic, more sunny days, strong work ethic. I will never allow anyone to look down on our community. I'm Pueblo through and through. This is a special time in the evolution of our city. I believe that this election is pivotal to the future of our city. We may have a mayoral type of government depending on the outcome of this election. We do not have the luxury of job training at this stage. We need a proven leader, someone that can take the complex issue facing the city. And I'm that person. You will note that many of the ideas that came out of this election, such as improving our roads, fixing our infrastructure, balancing our budget, improving our facilities, I already have a proven record of accomplishing those things. I currently work on a budget that's $1.2 billion on the Board of Governors, and I've worked on the city budget, I've worked on the District 60 budget, so I have a complete handle on what I can do in that area. To the public and to the audience here, I would appreciate your vote, Dennis Flores, and always promising you that I'll do my best for the community.
Chairman, thank you all for coming out. Now, I don't mean any disrespect to anyone with more experience than me or someone that may be more polished than me. Everyone else on this table. So, that said, I don't think that government is always about who has the most years. I certainly don't believe that it's about suits and ties and fancy political speak. I don't believe that it's about what's best for me or my career. It's about the people. It's about the greater good of Pueblo. When you see my sign, remember that Passion for Pueblo is not just a political slogan. It's a battle cry for those of us that believe Pueblo can be more. Thank you.
Woo! That's good, yeah.
Mark?
Thank you, Steve, and thank you all for coming out tonight. Your support for all of the candidates up here is fantastic. Thank you to the candidates for a wonderful campaign and a wonderful evening. I think tonight has shown that we all want exactly the same thing. We all have the same priorities. The difference is how we're going to come about those changes. If you believe that unending ballot initiatives for tax increases to fund the police department, if you think unending ballot initiatives to pave our streets and to keep our infrastructure in proper working order is the way to go, then don't vote for me, because that's not going to happen. When I become city councilman. When I become city councilman, the priority will be managing the budget that has all the money necessary to fund our essential services. We make essential services first, non-essential services second. Not one dime is spent on a non-essential until the essentials are taken care of. I hope that I was able to articulate that message to you in this short time. I'm always available. You can call me, flag me down, stop me out here, and I'll be glad to elaborate on anything that I've said tonight. This is a pivotal election. And I believe that the choice you make tonight, or when you get home on your ballot, is going to determine how the next 4 years go. And if you want a strong voice, if you've been waiting for that strong voice, that guy that gets up on city council and says, enough is enough, then I'm the guy. And I hope that you can support that. Thank you.
We'd like to thank the candidates for their courage and their willingness to serve and to run for office. It takes a tremendous sacrifice. It's a tough thing to do. We owe them a debt of gratitude for being willing to do that. That concludes this election forum. Thank you for attending. Good evening.